Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another special episode of the Unfiltered Podcast. We are your host, Marco Barella.
And Troy Scherzer, we really appreciate you coming in with us today.
We got a
We
good
got an
one.
exciting one.
We got a good one today. Ladies and gentlemen, Troy's Philadelphia Eagles are heading to the Super Bowl, baby.
Yes, sir.
What do you-
Yes. Hold on. In tribute of the Eagles.
Are you going to sing it?
Hold on, I'm going to back away a little bit. Let's go! E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Anyway.
We're sorry
Sorry
about
about
that. That's just Troy being Troy. Was there ever a doubt in mind during that game where you're like, oh shit?
Absolutely not.
No. They
Okay.
fucking demolished.
I know you're not the biggest football guy. I thought they put up a little bit bigger of a fight.
With the Commanders?
Well, yeah, they didn't just lose to the Lion, or sorry, they didn't just win against the Lions. They won by a score or two. I thought it would
Oh.
at least be close against the Eagles.
I remember you were so shocked when the Commanders.
Yeah, I
Because
know.
You were
I
like,
was talking to you at the time.
you were
I was
like,
what
"Dude,
the
you
hell?
Couldn't stop, man. You're like, oh my god, dude, the fucking Commanders beat the Lions. And
Yeah,
shit.
you two NLC or not NL East. That's what I'm looking for. NL East teams are going at it for the conference championship. That's crazy.
That's
Just
insane.
division rivals going at it in the championship.
What the Commanders and Eagles?
Yeah, and
In
they're
the
same
same-
division.
Same
Yeah,
division? I didn't know that.
yeah.
But that
With
was
Giants,
good.
Cowboys as well.
That
if
was
you
a
wanna
good
know.
game. That was a really good because I was at my friend's house and obviously everybody knows what the play at the end where the fucking guy kept flying in. And it
That wasn't at
caused-
the end. That was in the third quarter.
That was in the end, I thought.
No, you turned it off. Could you get the dog? He's squeaking. Anyway, you thought it was a close game? You're
no,
kidding.
No. I thought. I didn't say it was a close game. I thought the fucking play where the guy kept flying
That
into
wa-
the. Was that not the fourth quarter?
No, that was third. I'm pretty sure it's
I
third.
was at my
It was
friend-
hilarious. Don't get me wrong.
I was and then
But-
that rule, the rule, the humor of the rule, like if they kept doing it, they were gonna.
They're just gonna award the score. No shit. They're on the
Was it 3 times he did that?
He did that twice, and then the line jumped off sides. Why would they not do that? If you just keep going off sides, it goes half the distance to the goal line. You're already 4 inches from the goal line. How are you supposed to get any closer?
Dude, that was the.
You couldn't move it closer physically. It was like it wasn't moving the ball. It wasn't doing anything. They were trying to time it. Obviously, the Eagles are gonna be. They just rushed through to the.
They were like a
to the
centimeter away.
1 yard line.
Yeah.
You really think they're gonna try to rush it in with all this time? They slowed it down perfectly, and then they just kept jumping. They jumped off sides.
I don't know what
was
like
3 or 4 times.
was the mind process behind it. That was
They
just
were trying to
such-
time up the
Yeah.
count. The
I
snap
don't
count.
blame him though. I feel like if it was all about timing and like
Yeah, 100%.
and after the third try, the guy on the line was like moving, like he was on the crash
Yeah.
position, he was like moving and shit.
And that's where they technically actually should have been called offsides before the second
Yeah.
or third guy jumped when they actually called it. But I also understood they're like, it's the third or fourth time. Why are we gonna call it again? And then next play they go and they push it right in. It's the whole thing about the tush push isn't about trying to guess the snap count. You need to put as many big bodies in the middle as humanly possible as you can. Everybody pushing in the middle. The whole point is force against force. They're expecting, we'll say 3 to 4 in the middle to defend an entire line and 2 tight ends and 2 backs pushing one person through the middle. Why are you you stack the defensive line and you just push right against. That's how I forget who beat it. It was last year when someone finally beat it an entire game. I think we got one to tush push, but we didn't get very many that game. And what am I trying to say? What they did was they stacked the line and they were able to overpower him because they had like 3 extra bodies to push against, which is what you need to do. There's no reason to try to guess a snap count. It's force against force. It's
Yeah.
physics at that point.
I mean, that kind of because like as someone like you said, I'm not a huge football guy, right? I don't watch every fucking normal season game, right? But from what I understand,
Hey Marco,
yeah.
fuck the Steelers.
Okay, buddy. For those of you who don't know, I am a Steelers fan. I'm a miserable Steelers fan. We don't talk about it. Fuck the Ravens. But as of right now, I am a temporary Eagles fan, which kind of leads me to my.
Oh.
It kind of leads me to my next thing, right? Is that if you see all online, especially on TikTok, everybody, if you're not from Kansas City or Philadelphia, everybody doesn't want either team. They're both
know.
sick and tired of
It's-
seeing this matchup.
It's because 2 years ago it was the exact same
It's 2 years
matchup,
ago.
which I get. But I don't know why they're as aggravated at the Eagles. Now I understand the
The
fan
Chiefs.
base is not the Eagles. People don't want the Eagles to win.
What?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. They don't
No.
want they don't want either team. They
Well,
want
that's
it to
what
be
I
struck
saw.
by a meteor or canceled or whatever.
Yeah. I heard if not that, people just want the Eagles to win because of the whole three-peat Super Bowl thing.
Well, correct. Yeah, that
I don't
I
want to
thought that
fucking
would
see
be
that.
the whole thing. The Eagles
That's what I
against
want.
the
That's-
Chiefs, but now
yeah.
you're looking at it, and it's literally everyone else, and then a small portion for Eagles, small portions for the Chiefs,
That's why I
which
saw
doesn't make
people-
sense.
yeah.
But
That's why I saw people like online, like you said, they don't want either team because I mean, people. I see people like I would have much rather take. I've seen a lot of people wanted the Eagles versus the Bills. I kind of wanted to see that as well.
they put that matchup so low. I thought that should have been either like number 1 or 2.
Literally every out of the 4 teams, the Commanders, Eagles, Bills, and Chiefs. Like I keep listening combination. The very end of that combination list was the Eagles versus the Chiefs because apparently nobody wants to see that again.
It happened 2 years ago, and number 1,
That was
nobody
2
wants.
years ago. Wow, what was
Yeah,
last
I
year?
know. Last year was Chiefs, 49ers. 49ers
I
lost.
barely remember that shit. All thing I remember was it Rihanna the halftime show? Was that was
I don't know.
2023?
Uh,
It's 20. I lost track of the
2023
year.
was when the Eagles and Chiefs went against it.
So that was
So
Rihanna.
Was that Rihanna?
Who was last year?
Hold on, I can look that up.
I'm very curious, but that kind of like I guess you guys the kinds of comments down below. What would have been your ideal matchup for the Super Bowl? Because obviously, if it were me, I wanted the Steelers versus Eagles. I think that would be a cool because I'm from Pennsylvania, so was Troy.
2023 was Rihanna, so that was the Eagles Chiefs.
That was Eagles, yes. And then what was 2024?
I
I feel like it was a female.
think Beyonce. Wait,
Was it Beyonce?
I think it was Beyonce.
How hard is this search?
Uh,
Sir?
Oh, here.
Super.
Here we go. Here we go. I got it. Every one for the last. There we go. Oh, last year was Usher.
Usher.
Yeah,
And-
Usher was special guest. Alicia Keys,
That was kind of a random
Jermaine
pick.
Dupri, Her, Will I Am, Lil Jon, Ludacris. 2023 was Rihanna. 22 was Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick,
That was really good.
Mary J. Blige.
That was one of my favorite ones.
I liked that one. I was just, I don't know. They should have done more performing, I guess, rather
you
than
mean?
like focus on the.
Do you not see like the set design of that?
It
big
was
and
cool.
then
It
50
was cool.
Cent. You remember when 50 Cent came out of nowhere and he
That's
did like
true. That was
he did
cool.
the whole backwards shit. That was really fucking cool.
It. I won't lie. That was pretty cool.
That was one of the
Yeah. that
Because,
was a
like,
really good one.
if
I'm
you
trying to think.
noticed- if you notice, there aren't that many country singers that do that anymore. It's always like rap and hip hop because it kind of
Yeah.
like gets into the NFL fan base a little more.
You had then in 21 was The Weeknd.
That was a good one.
20 was Shakira, Jennifer Lopez, Bad Bunny, J Balvin, Emmy Munitz. You remember that one because
Shakira was her.
that one was everybody was a little controversial with her outfits.
Yeah, when
remember,
she like half
she-
fucking naked.
No, they were just really like I don't want to say skimpy, but they were really tight, really like showing a lot. And they're like, was this appropriate for 100 million people to see, 100 million plus people to see?
Whatever gets the views and the likes and the clicks.
It was
which
around for a while, so
lead us to today, where or this year we have Kendrick Lamar and surprise guest with SZA. I'm pretty sure I can sing
I'm so
that.
fucking excited.
That is gonna be so fun.
I every song that they have together recent, I love. I love
love
it.
both
30
of
for
them.
30, Luther, my top two. Oh my god.
It's gonna cook.
It's
Who
gonna cook.
do you
It's
think
gonna-
anybody else is
it's-
gonna make a surprise cameo? Do you think anybody? Drake.
Drake's not coming out. Are they gonna play Not Like Us?
I
Not
think
Like Us? Yeah.
Because
Right?
if you
Yeah.
watched it in the trail, I remember. I think it was during the
Was it?
Eagles and Commanders game. They showed a little teaser of Kendrick performing at the Super Bowl, and the background music was the bass to dun, 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 which is Not Like Us. I think
Was it?
I think so because I think the whole shit. Because have you heard about the lawsuit that fucking Drake filed on Kendrick for that song?
Not recent?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Drake is in the process of, I believe, again, I'm pretty sure I saw it all over the internet. Drake is filing a lawsuit against Kendrick for that song. So playing that at a Super Bowl with hundreds of millions of views is just gonna add more fuel to the fire. Do you think Kendrick's gonna perform that song though? I think he is.
Personally, fuck it, do it.
That's what I'm gonna
But
say.
hold on. The one thing I did see recently was he had to pull his son out of school because of that
Who,
song
Drake?
released. Yeah, because everybody was trying to attack his son and was going after his son. He was being
at
targeted.
that point, that's fucked up.
That was I wasn't okay with that.
Yeah.
I had a problem with that. I don't like that. You know, keep the kids out of it. It's between them two. They generated like 30 million in profits.
I'm gonna
from
say
the
both of them
couple-
made
that
hella
little
money
feud.
off of this feud.
Yeah, that feud made them so
when I
much
first
money.
saw this,
So,
I'm like, dude,
hey,
they're getting
power
so
to 'em.
many views.
That's I just don't like when they went after his kid. You know, keep the kids out of it. It's,
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
adults.
It's
There's no
petty
reason
beef.
for it, yeah.
Maybe it's manufactured.
just-
Maybe it's scripted.
They have said that, but
Maybe
some
it's
people think
scripted
that.
beef. Speaking of scripted,
Oh god,
this
here we go.
is
Here we go.
as a somewhat outsider of the NFL. There's a funny, long term going rumor that the NFL is
I know what you're
scripted.
saying. Is the NFL scripted?
I think it is scripted. I mean, when you think about it, right?
Hold on. All right. Why? Why do you think
Is it
it's
gonna
scripted?
Okay, so get this right. The Kansas City Chiefs, or as you know, are on the very verge of possibly getting a three-peat Super Bowl win. I think, and hear me out, this is all because of Taylor Swift. All this is because of Taylor Swift. And I tell you this because if you look at the past couple Super Bowls, like she is front and center. This has been the
Well, yeah, they
greatest
just show
marketing.
her.
This has been the greatest marketing tool for the NFL because they're bringing Taylor Swift's 100+ million followers into the NFL, which means it's more money for the NFL to
that was
gather.
though. That was more. That was last year. That was last year more
It's
than
still
this
this year.
Yeah, but not.
But
It's
now-
not as prevalent.
But it's
this
going to be
year.
even better because of the Super Bowl. And that's why
They were in the Super Bowl last year.
that's what I'm saying. It's going to get higher and higher and it's just basically a money
It pulled a
sorry.
lot of extra fans.
That's what I'm saying. All of Taylor Swift's fans, they're bringing a whole other kind of like big ass following. It's a whole other.
That's
It's
fair.
kind of like
Yeah.
a big marketing kind of tactic. You know what I mean? Where, I mean, plus like the whole thing with the refs loving the Chiefs and glazing the shit at Patrick Mahomes. I know that's a whole NFL meme and stuff.
Pick your screen up a little bit.
Oh, it might be.
Perfect. No, you're good.
I want to see. That's why. But
Just help.
that's another reason why I think NFL is scripted because like you have the team that the NFL wants to push. This is the big time team. Another thing I can kind of compare it to is the recent World Series Yankees versus Dodgers, two of the biggest franchises. Nobody again, kind of similar to the Eagles versus Chiefs. Nobody
Eagles
wants
aren't a
either
big
team to win.
I don't know if I don't know. I wouldn't say Eagles is a huge franchise. It probably
In the recent years, I would
has
say
the
so.
strongest fan base. Sorry, the most.
Annoying fan base.
We'll make a list.
Oh,
Annoying,
boy.
overpowered, fucking
Irritating, in
Ir-
your face, exploding.
They are probably the hardest crowd. Everybody says, "Oh, Arrowhead's super hard to play in the Chiefs Stadium."
Yeah.
Out in Seattle, oh, that's the noisiest stadium that's hard to play in. When you're getting harassed during the game,
Philly is a danger zone. God
I
forbid you
I don't
were.
know what I feel like. Yeah, I get Arrowhead's hard to play. It's loud, whatnot. Philly, you're literally getting death threats and threats to your life. You're getting harassed. Not saying that's a good thing,
Yeah,
but
you're bragging about it, like.
a little bit. We got we got the best fan base. What do you mean?
You get the most die-hard fan. To
Yeah,
the point
that's
where
good.
it is
Thank
annoying.
you.
And
We
that's
have
not
probably
even.
the hardest, most diehard, the most
And
passionate
I'm not a
for our
Philly fan
team.
either. I'm not a Phillies fan at all.
Yeah.
And that goes. I mean, the Philly.
Phillies
Yeah,
for
I
the
know.
baseball team. Okay.
I mean, the Phillies the same thing. I go to Citizens Bank Park in a New York Mets jersey. I'm getting harassed by 5-year-olds and shit. I'm
yeah.
being fucking.
I feel
Goff-
like Phillies is a little bit less. It's a little
No.
They're not as bad as Eagles fans.
They're all the
Trust
same
me,
fan base.
they're
all
not as bad
they're
as
the
Eagles
same
fans.
fan base.
Yeah, but Eagles went to the Super Bowl. People are crashing. They say it's accidental, but somebody crashed a car into a
Exit
bunch
on
of people.
my ass.
A guy literally let off 3 shots in the middle of a crowd.
Yes.
That was crazy. Someone got stabbed while I guess the police were trying to round up people or whatever. Somebody got stabbed. It's insanity. I remember the Phillies. Everybody rushed Broad Street.
Yeah.
They climbed the poles but
They
that
had
was
the grease
it.
the poles. They had the grease.
They
That was
did.
the whole
They
big
did.
meme. They had the grease
Everybody,
the poles.
of course, they got up there
Fucking hooligans.
as Eagle fans are gonna do.
I think Philly, if you go to any other part of the United States and you ask what is your kind of relationship with Philly, like if they're gonna say, oh, they're fucking annoying. Any New York team has beef with Philly.
Well,
You go to an Eagles game.
Hold on. You can't say New York doesn't like Philly because they're rivals. Philly doesn't like
know.
New York. New York doesn't like
That's
Philly.
that's what kind of
They're
that's
rivals.
why,
It's
exactly.
not like they don't like them. We're
That's
rivals.
why
Nobody likes them.
That's why I love going to the Mets versus Phillies games.
That's a good
I
game.
love it because, again, a little personal fact is that me and my father are Mets fans.
Yes.
My dad was born and raised in Jersey, so
Makes
it was
sense.
kind of close. Funny enough, he hated the Yankees at the time because they bought a lot of their players. Flash forward to today, where we're spending $700 million on players
On one. Hold on.
on
Do
one.
not say players. Say player.
Okay,
Juan
touche.
Soto.
Our Lord and Savior, who is going to
700
carry us
No.
to a fucking World Series. Mark my word, people.
$730 million.
He is a young
Hold on.
stud.
Hold on.
Okay.
730 million for 15 years.
But
He
an
is-
opt-out. Remember, you gotta include
I
opt-out.
know there's an opt out after 4 years,
He
but
could leave after 4
listen,
years.
he's gonna be if he sticks, which I don't know why he wouldn't. He's getting top dollar as a 41-year-old.
Juan Soto's not 41 years old.
I'm saying
Oh,
at the end of
until-
his contract, he will be 41, making however much. I don't feel like doing the calculation, but it's like 50 million still a
Hey.
year, and he's
Mi-
41 years
Mind
old.
your business.
How can you
mind your
say
business.
mind your business? What? I don't like the Mets.
Fuck you. Fuck the Phillies. Bryce Harper. Old head he's in his 30s and you're paying him fucking $50 million.
Yeah, but his contract's about to be up. He's like over halfway through now.
Was it 10 years? He
I think
signed
it was 10 years, but it's been like 6 years now, so it's going to like 6 or 7 now.
He signed in 2018 or 19. No, he
I
signed.
don't know when he signed.
I think he signed 2019 because funny enough, the Nationals, the team he left, won the
Yes.
World Series that
Yes,
year as soon as
yes.
he left for
Yep.
Philly.
I remember that.
So I think it was
But
2019.
they picked up some nice players though. They
Who, the
picked up
Nationals?
yeah. When they
I mean,
won.
I was talking to my boss about it. Like, he's a Nationals fan, right? And he like, I'll give shit, right? The Nationals are the bottom of the barrel, respectfully. They're when we think of the NL East, you think of the big three. You think of Phillies, Braves, and Mets. But the Nationals have a lot of like the top prospects. I know you don't know a lot, but like they got a long
Yeah.
future. Point being, I think. Oh my god, what were we talking about?
Nationals being a top
No,
prospect.
before that, we went downhill.
Uh,
Philly
hold
being
on.
hooligan.
Finish whatever you're trying to say.
I was just saying the Nationals have the top prospects.
Finish, big boy. Just kidding. Sorry.
What the Okay, buddy. Point being, I think the Nationals are a team that within the next couple of years they're rebuilding. Look at the Astros. The Astros in the early 2010s were fucking dog shit. Now they're basically the equivalent to the fucking Chiefs. They're making postseasons. They're getting World
Who?
Series. The Astros.
The
The Astros. They were shit.
Astros didn't.
They were shit in the 2010s,
Oh.
and
oh,
now
oh,
they're
oh, oh,
rebuilding,
yeah.
and now they're a
That's fair.
dynasty. They're collecting all these fucking rings and shit, where it's just, it's crazy. I don't know, but the whole point being, right, is that, and as someone who's not as informed in the NFL as you are, why does everybody hate the Chiefs? I kind of understand why from an outsider perspective.
Because it. Everybody liked them in the beginning. I even rooted for them. I
Like
forget who
Patrick
they're
Mahomes,
playing.
right? My dad
In the
used to root
very
for
beginning.
Patrick
I think their
Mahomes.
first time winning a Super Bowl in the modern era. It kind of it switched when it seemed like the Chiefs were getting extra penalties, extra calls.
Again, the
their
refs
favor.
love. That's what
Well,
they're kind of.
Yeah,
That's what I was kind of talking about.
It's because of that. It was like a slow descend, and then it felt like it hit a wall where nobody liked them after a certain point because it. I hate to say this, but Patrick Mahomes is not the biggest.
He's a
I'm sorry.
crybaby. He wouldn't survive.
He's a little bit of a sore loser, as we'll put it.
You know, Kermit the Frog voice.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes here.
fucking nerd.
He
Dude, his brother is so bad. I fucking hate
dude
his
doing
brother.
the TikToks on the side.
the renegade and shit. He's doing fucking stupid shit.
Yeah, you knows how we haven't seen him for like 3 years. Patrick went and threw him in the.
And
fucking
his
basement
wife,
again, and-
supposedly his wife is crazy.
His wife is insane. Nobody likes her. Jeez, this.
Okay, on that aspect, I feel bad for Patrick Mahomes, but like,
Oh, his life sucks. I swear to God. He gets home and she's complaining. Oh, Patrick!
Hey, shut up, bitch.
I would hate.
Making me dinner.
His brother's making TikToks on the sideline,
Dude.
like stomping on national. It was like
what
emblems
was
and whatnot
that?
they had
he
on
got in
the.
trouble for that.
Yeah, he
Was
was,
it-
stomping on something that was on
Was
the
it a grave?
sideline.
Or not a grave.
It was an emblem of like something for recognize. So excuse me. It was like recognizing someone either past or in the past of football or something like that. And he was stepping on it and like making TikToks on it, and everybody was like, "What are you
Is he
doing?"
still making TikToks?
I don't know.
What's it? I'm not even gonna bother.
Marco, he's
searching
in the
now.
basement. He's in Patrick's basement.
He's been shunned
said,
by the
"No,
family.
You're
He's
not
been
doing this
shunned.
anymore. Throw him in the basement. You're done. Throw away the key.
Get that shit out of here.
Stay away." Yeah, no. The whole back to the point. The whole thing stems from they get extra calls. Things are missed that should be called against them.
But they.
Which don't get me wrong, it's every team gets that. Every
You
team
think,
seems
but
like
not
they
as
get
much
extra.
as the Chiefs, though, right?
Whenever whatever team loses, it always highlights all the missed calls on the other team. Every team gets missed calls. It just the Chiefs got more and more compared to the other team.
That's why I think it's scripted.
It kind of be
That's
side.
yeah.
I don't think it's scripted. It might be influenced towards a certain way.
I think it's because it's what the NFL's
wouldn't-
marketing wants.
Well,
It's
yeah,
the big. That's
They're
kind of.
try- it's a business. At the end of the
Yeah,
day,
exactly.
the NFL is a business.
It's a multi-billion-dollar organization.
It is a business. It is not.
That's why I
the-
was. That's
the
why I
whole
talked
point is
about
to
that.
make money. They're not doing this for nothing. They're making millions off everything, millions if not billions, each team. So before we go ahead and say, "Oh, it's script," remember it's a business. They're gonna try to push more things other than others. Like someone that's doing good, they're gonna advertise a little bit more. Somebody that's
Exactly.
not doing so good isn't gonna be in the spotlight compared to others. But it's just between the calls. Now we got Taylor Swift. Everybody's like, "Oh, the Swifties are here."
Swifty era is torn.
It that didn't help. That just
It
kind of
doesn't.
put even more of a dampener on them. They're not very good at losing. They're very big sore losers, which
That's why I keep seeing people like people
everybody's not a great sore loser, but Pat
Patrick
when
Mahomes
people-
specifically.
y-
My
more
dad got
Patrick
mad
Mahomes
at
than
him.
anybody else.
Hold on, because my dad got mad at him because he kept. I forgot what the football terminology is for when you like get tapped and he like fucking like acts it out.
Oh, okay. That just happened. He was running out of bounds. The whole point is if you get hit out of bounds, it's a penalty flag. If you step out of bounds and then somebody hits you after already going out, it's a personal flag. It's a personal penalty. The problem with what Patrick was doing was he was going full speed to the sideline and then slowing down before getting out. So the guy would have to run into him and hit him going out. And he was trying to draw penalties, which I get it. He's trying to get every advantage he can. But it's a terrible look when you're already getting criticized for all the calls that aren't called for your team and all the calls you are getting for your team. It's a cheap move, and for Patrick to be doing this, to be this great quarterback, quote unquote, he's fantastic. Don't not get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
He's
From what I understand,
phenomenal.
he's one of the greatest. Yeah.
But he's not the greatest yet. Call him your titties.
I'm just getting it best in the 2020 era.
Oh yeah, in the 2020, yeah, that
Not
fair
of all
enough,
time. He's
fair
not
enough.
Tom Brady
Yeah,
status.
Yeah, exactly. He's getting close
You think so?
now. Knock on wood.
Then again, Tom Brady did beat him in the Super Bowl.
February 9th comes around. He ain't winning that shit. Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jordan Davis, Brandon Graham is back. Darius Slay, Gardner Mitchell? What
I think I heard you.
you got? What's his?
What about
The
the,
two-
Kelsey? What
the
about
two-
Travis?
Nobody cares about Travis anymore.
I'm calling it
Don't
right.
get me wrong. I love Travis and Jason, but they're not getting a three-peat. There's
They
never been a better Eagles team than this one, probably in history.
But
We
think
are.
about it.
We do not have a weak spot. We have the best offensive line in the NFL. We have the best running back in the NFL. We have the best wide receiver.
Wide with
Wide,
Diva.
wide receiver duo in the NFL. We have maybe could be. I don't think it's the best, but top 3 at least, if not top 2 defensive lines in the NFL.
Again,
We have
I
some of the
wouldn't-
best backs in the NFL. We do not have a weak spot. Bond at linebacker, he's I don't know if he's up for it. He's the best number 1. He's the best linebacker in the NFL. I don't think he's up for defensive player of the year. Should be if he's not, but he definitely is contention for the best defensive player of the year for the defensive
Again,
player of the year.
I wouldn't know. I'm going
know.
based off of what you're saying.
I know. It's
Tell me what you guys think in the comments.
too
down below, by the
stacked.
way.
I like the Eagles odds. Knock on wood, I do.
But you can never.
I
count
would
on
be
The Chiefs.
I would be very upset. Also, the whole Saquon incident. The New York Giants undervaluing him, not wanting to pay him. Him wanting
Yeah.
just I don't know if he's number 1 running back, but he wanted to be top, which he well deserves.
And he's going.
But
off.
he was very injury prone. He was hurt like 3 out of his last 6 years or something like that.
That's insane.
But if you look at it from an outside perspective, he doesn't have an offensive line in New York. When he was in New York, he didn't have a defensive line. So he's trying to make plays happen by himself, getting hit constantly. You're going to get injuries when you're trying to carry this trash team. I don't know what more you want him to do. And he was still doing good there. I wouldn't say he was the best running back in football, but he was a very good option. And then on Hard Knocks, the Giants had the Hard Knocks there, and even the GM and all of them said, "I'm gonna have a hard time sleeping at night if
He
Saquon
went
goes
to
to
Philly. I
Philly."
saw that on TikTok.
And then he goes to Philly, and he has
And he's
probably the best running
the
back
Lord and Savior of the
season
Phillies
ever.
Yeah,
He's
I saw that.
if he wins, if they win the Super Bowl, he is I without a doubt he has the best running back season of all time. Or
Isn't he a free agent after this year? You think that he's gonna
no, he has another 2 with us. He signed a 3-year
you think
deal.
he's gonna resign with Philly.
I
Eagles?
would not be surprised.
I mean, like,
If
but look at Zach.
this
Ertz.
is the first
Look at Zach
year-
Ertz though. Like he was supposed to be a lifelong Eagle, and now he got traded.
And the thing is, the Philly loves Zach Ertz.
Yeah, they were
it
cheering
hurt
him. They were
having to
cheering
see
him.
Zach Ertz lose and not be able to go to the Super Bowl again.
that sucks.
And that's the sucky part about him going to another
That's
team.
the business.
I think
That's the business.
I
of the
know
NFL.
that's the business. I think we should have picked him up. He was a free agent in the middle of the
How
year.
old is he? No.
I don't know how old he's probably 30. Yeah, it's all good. He's probably around 30ish or maybe a little bit older. I'm not sure.
And what position is he?
Tight end.
Okay.
He I just want to make sure this is still on. We're all good. He was a free agent in the middle of the year. Washington picked him up, which good for them. He was amazing in the playoffs. For
How
them.
much this year? Was he good?
He did great this year. He's probably gonna get a decent contract after this year.
Do you think he's gonna ever get back at the Eagles? Or
It's
do
hard.
the question is, do the Eagles need him?
No, that's the problem.
Yeah.
We already have Goddard, which are a starter, which is when he was healthy, he missed a few games, like 4 or 5. He was a great tight end, missed, came back, great tight end. We haven't had any issues. We should probably honestly use him more because that man he's pushing people over, getting open when you didn't think he was open, and he's just solid option that should be used more. He's not utilized as much as he should be.
Yeah.
Now, we have converted to a more running back play style, more of a rushing play style rather than a passing, which works out very well because then that leaves one of the best wide receivers in the NFL right now in A.J. Brown open, as well as probably personally, I could be wrong, but probably the number 1 second wide receiver in the league open as well.
Yeah.
Nobody's thinking you're going to throw it when you just ran it down their throat 4 times and picked up 55 yards, and then you just lob it to one of them and they get another 20-some. It works out perfectly. They need to scheme it a little bit better, I noticed. They don't use the receiving as much as they should. We'll see what happens in the Super Bowl. Now, don't get me wrong. Jalen proved he can pass.
I am.
Yeah. Last game now, don't get me wrong. They had like 300 yards of rushing. Phenomenal game against the Commanders. But
I like it. I think this is gonna be a really high scoring.
I'm very
tight
excited.
knit.
We just got to watch out for the Chiefs. They do have some fast weapons. They have fast.
Yeah.
They have fast. They don't have very known names. They have Juju Smith-Schuster. They have Worthy. I forget who else. Was it Dotson? No, Watson. I don't remember.
Yeah. With that being said, though, what do you think is going to be the final score? Who comes out on top?
Final score?
Final score. Fourth
I'm
quarter.
not, I'm not very good at picking final scores.
No.
I think either it's going to be like a 26-20 type game.
Who wins?
Or Eagles, of course. Who the
Ye-
fuck do you think we are? I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that again.
I don't know. Man,
Eagles, of
the
course.
script says
Or-
otherwise.
Or it's going to be, just an all around everyone playing great, but it's going to be like a 41-42 to like a 36.
I was gonna say 40 like 38.
The problem is we have a very good defense and they have a very good defense.
It's gonna be
It's you both teams have a very good offense and a very good defense. I'm very excited. It's going to be a great game, I think. I hope. I hope it's not going to be like the one Super Bowl with the Patriots and the Rams where the Patriots won the first time against the Rams and it was like 12-9. It was a terrible Super Bowl. Not worth the watch. It was a horrible game.
I think
But
I have. Sorry, pardon me. I think I have Chiefs. Not, I'm not saying Chiefs to fucking bug you out. I really think they're pushing the Chiefs winning. I think it's gonna be
I know what you
40.
mean. Yeah.
I think like
I
what
know
you
what you
said, it's
mean.
gonna be a 40. 38, 37 type
Yeah,
of
or
score
like a
game.
42-40 game. Yeah.
It's gonna be
gonna
super
be close.
close. Cause that's okay. Kind of like to wrap things up, but like, but
But
like
that
that's
that's
kind
what
of
happened last time though.
that's
I
what
don't
that's
mean to cut
why
you
I
off, but-
compared it to the Yankees and Dodgers, right? Because I don't want to see that.
Though,
I don't want to see that. But they're the two most historical big franchises, and
Yeah.
I don't want either team to win because I hate the Dodgers for eliminating my Mets, and plus the Dodgers is spending multi-billion-dollar on players, and I hate the Yankees because I'm a Mets fan. It kind of gives me that vibe from that. But like I think I'm personally excited as someone who is slowly getting back into football. I think this is going to be a really good game. I think it's going to be close. I'm super excited for the halftime show. I think it's going to be really good.
you just went all about the football game, and then you're at the end, and you're like, I'm very excited for the halftime show.
Okay, fine. I'm more
The fu-
excited.
what-
I'm more excited about the commercials. I want good commercials. I want to see good premiere trailers.
I'm super excited for the Post Malone Shane Gillis commercial with Bud Light
Okay.
commercial. I'm so excited. I
I
love
love
both of them.
That's an
It's
iconic
gonna be
duo.
a phenomenal
That's-
fucking commercial. I cannot wait.
That's
It's gonna be
a-
something so stupid, but
I love Shane
power to
Gillis
him.
so much. He's such
Shane
a
Gillis
fucking
brought back Bud Light single-handedly
yes.
after their little flaw with the little incident a couple years back.
Okay. What are your funny this because like I know we should do this in school. What do you think the first commercial of the Super Bowl is going to be?
Oh, I have no idea.
I think it's going to be
gonna
health
be-
I think it's some sort of health insurance. Because most people are going to assume it's going to be either like Ford, Chevy,
No.
or a beer.
Ooh, that.
I think it's like a car dealership type shit.
I think it's either going to be a car commercial or it's going to be a soda commercial.
like a Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew's been big with the Super
But
Bowl.
I think it's going to be a Pepsi commercial because remember it's
The Pepsi halftime show. Yeah, that makes
No,
sense.
it's Apple Music halftime now.
They changed it.
Yeah.
When did they change
Pepsi owns the rights to the NFL for supplying drinks and whatnot.
that? Okay.
So that's why Pepsi's up so much. I don't think it's no longer the Pepsi halftime show. It's the
Wow.
Apple Music halftime show.
That's crazy. That's another thing, right?
Which, hold on. It's so hard to get on Apple Music to get this podcast on there.
I know we're trying.
It's a process. It takes like 2 weeks to get on there.
Is it actually?
It's
But we're
it's
ready.
5 business days to like 2 weeks. It's a process. We're trying to get it on there.
We're already on a lot
we're
of
go-
platforms, anyways. We're good. We don't need Apple Music, but still,
There's
still
there's a
cool.
lot of people that probably want to listen to it on Apple Music.
that's true. Guys, remember, whatever you're
We just gotta
listening to
figure
this,
that out.
please make sure you guys give it a follow. We're on a lot of platforms, and obviously,
We try our best. We're trying.
Exactly.
Please
All of our
just support
social
us.
medias will be in the description to follow us. Speaking of social medias, there was big,
Oh.
humongous news
So
regarding this.
I know.
I made an episode on my own podcast.
Yes.
But the TikTok ban.
Yeah.
This was humongous news.
Senator.
I'm Singaporean.
I'm Singaporean.
But I'm a Singaporean. You're from China. I'm Singaporean.
Senator. I was born in Singapore.
I fucking hate our
That-
government, dude.
It-
Such
That was
dumbasses.
probably one of our lowest points. That was not
That's
a good
one of
look
our
on
lowest
them.
points?
Are you a part of the Chinese Communist Party? Senator, I'm Singaporean.
They haven't provided a single fucking evidence that TikTok is a Chinese spyware platform. It's coming out of their ass.
And the thing is, TikTok takes less of your data and your
They-
data than Instagram, Facebook, Meta, all those main
But
ones.
they're not investing.
But nobody
in
wants
it.
to
Do you want to know why?
because they're American companies.
That too.
Nobody wants to look at that. TikTok takes less.
But there's also another reason, right? Get this, and because you can see this because it's part of the U.S. government rules. Majority, and I'm not gonna say all of it, but majority of Congress are stock owners in Meta.
That did you
Tik-
see after TikTok was going down the Meta? Everybody
Stocks.
started buying the Meta Stocks.
People been
Yep.
doing this for years. Cause think about it, it's all a fucking. I don't want to sound like a crazy guy, but like it seems it's right there in plain
Sound like a
sight.
crazy guy. Who cares?
I know, right? But it sounds like a ploy because like right, TikTok and Meta are beefing. When you think about it, getting rid of the competition, that means stock is gonna go up. Now is the perfect
Yep.
time to buy Meta stock,
Yeah.
and but then that's the thing, right? Obviously, how long was the ban? Like 18 hours, 12
So
hours?
I kept saying 12. I think it was 15 hours. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was 15 hours. I
Dude,
I'm I
like
heard that from somebody else. I kept saying 12 because I thought it.
it
Well,
was
we know
literally not even
we
24
know it
hours.
stopped at 10. At 10
It
the
didn't even stop
night
at 10.
before.
Oh no, it did. You did. You're
And
right.
then the
'Cause
next morning,
they said midnight,
it was
but it wasn't.
yeah,
Midnight.
it was like 12, and I got on, and I was like, oh hey,
We were
TikTok's back.
We
Or
were on
12 or 1
Discord.
o'clock.
We were playing, and then I
Yep.
was like, "Oh shit, TikTok's down." Didn't even wait until 12 o'clock.
They didn't. They didn't.
They were so eager to get that fucking meta stock up. They didn't go. Let's just ban it right now.
Yeah, and then look at it now. TikTok's
Somewhat
kind of back.
Somewhat back. That's what I want to talk about later. But it's funny. There is a rule. I don't know what exact part of the law of the, or whatever that
Okay.
is
Okay.
that congressmen, people of the government have to have their stock available for the public eye
Yes.
because of a rule that if a law comes into order, they can't be biased. Which, by the way, they completely ignore because people who obviously voted to ban it are meta stock owners.
There's platforms that like tell you what stock to buy based off of what congressmen and senators and everything buy. Like Nancy Pelosi, they have a sorry, not TikTok. They have an app that follows the different stocks she buys, and so people follow that, and they make a decent amount of money from it.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's
It
all
just shows
about
what she
greens
sells and buys.
in their pocket, and that's the thing, right? So funny enough, people don't actually remember this, but Trump was originally the one who was like, "Yeah, fuck TikTok," because he originally got the ban idea rolling in 2020, and then because how well he did on TikTok
Wait.
in the 2024 what
Didn't 2020 is when he got
2020 was his
when-
last year.
no 2020 was when Biden got inaugurated.
No, 2020 was his last year. 2021 is when he got inaugurated because the January 6th attack.
Was that 2021?
Yeah, because
No.
like I said, Trump won in November and he got inaugurated in January.
Oh yeah, that's right. He won in 2016, and then 2017
He
got
got
inaugurated.
inaugurated.
Okay.
They always wait a couple months to
Yeah,
but
November's election,
so,
January
yeah,
is
so
the
2020 Trump was still president. Maybe Biden was around at that point already, but he got the idea of the TikTok ban started. But because how well he did with the younger, I think he fucking loves claiming he won the young vote by like 31% because
Yeah,
he
that's
started
crazy.
TikTok, and it's think about it.
It was-
It's because he basically.
Some of the posts were hilarious.
It
I'm not
was.
gonna lie,
It
he
was.
clowning Biden
Did you see the,
so hard. It was
Dude, you
hilarious.
see when he went to Logan Paul's podcast and Logan Paul. So
I didn't see
Logan
that.
Paul had Trump on his podcast,
Okay.
and Trump was like, "You gotta get Joe Biden on this thing. I want to see what he says and shit." And they did the whole they did a little face off for Trump and Logan Paul, who funny enough was at his inauguration as well.
Yeah.
Funny.
The Paul
Theo
brothers were
Vaughn,
there. Yep.
the Theo
Dude,
Vaughn
that was
cheer
hilarious.
clip. That was hilarious.
Did you see afterwards? Jake Paul put Mike Tyson on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Yep.
Again, that's a whole other conversation. That fucking whole fight was just a massive cash
That was
grab.
hor-
But
It was such a joke. It
the
was such a
TikTok
joke.
ban, it's been picking my brain, and I like this is what bothers me. Right, there are so much going on with our country to the point where climate change is a big issue. We're in
Yeah.
billions and trillions of dollars in debt. There are homeless people on the street. There's drug problems. But banning a quote unquote Chinese spyware app is
More important
For
than
fuck's sake,
feeding the
all-
people that the American citizens that can't afford anything.
all 9 justices on the Supreme Court all unanimously agreed. When was the last time all 9 of the Supreme Court people fucking agreed on something?
Crazy.
Crazy. We put these people into office. We vote for the Congress people to voice for us as there are because we have Pennsylvania state. People who represent us. I don't want to throw dirt, but they're doing kind of a shit job at representing us. Some of them are good. I will give credit both sides of the party, but I'm telling you,
I'm gonna do a little.
oh,
little
adult
shadow.
beverages going on.
Yeah. Ready? Hold on. Ready.
Oh my god, my nipples are hard.
Nice.
What? But yeah, so
Spence-
that kind of like
So I say. I was trying to figure out what day of the week it is. I don't know. I don't know.
it is
It's
Tuesday,
Tuesday, yeah.
my dudes.
You just had to look at your phone to figure out what day of the week it is, Margo.
No, you didn't. No,
I
one
just
belie-
saw
no
you
one
pull up your
believes
phone.
you. Shut
I
up.
just saw you pull up your phone.
And I saw you flash your titties at me. Big deal. Whoa! There's so many. Okay. Anyways, point is, I think this is tunneling up to be something way more serious than it is because think about it like this: TikTok is America wants, specifically Trump wants 50% ownership of ByteDance, whatever the company that owns TikTok. They want 50% ownership.
Yeah.
So the 12 plus hours or how many hours it was shut down was for people think that, and I personally think that Meta has already purchased 50% of TikTok, if not more, because you see all this shit with like Facebook making a TikTok account all of a sudden when it never had a TikTok account. I think the day it got banned, Facebook made a TikTok account, which is strange because they're supposed to be competitors. Why would the competitor join the other app, right? And then you have Instagram as well doing that. But now, if you go to Facebook, there's an option to link your TikTok account, which was never there. So I personally think, people,
They're trying to link up.
and that's what I'm trying to say, because like
Trying to
I don't
link
want
up.
I don't want Mark Zuckerberg fucking owning TikTok. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm going to delete TikTok.
Did you just call him Mark Zuckerberg?
Yeah, he's a fucking dumbass. He is so weird.
Hey, Mark.
He's an alien.
I got a question for you.
I'm not on
I
Instagram
know-
or Facebook.
No, that's all I'm gonna ask. I know you're making fun of him. How much is in your bank account?
What?
Ha-
So he's more rich than me?
How much is he worth?
Bro.
Before you go and criticize this man, how many M's you got?
Money has
Zero.
nothing to do with
No,
this. Money has
He's
nothing.
so much smarter than us.
I'm not
Stop.
saying
What
that
do you
he's
mean?
not. I think he's just a stupid person. I think his choices that he makes, he's just an overall weird lizard dude.
Well, all right.
He's a fucking lizard.
He's a lizard, dude.
He's a fucking lizard.
We can say that, but
He probably listening to us right now.
before we say that, we criticize him. He's doing much better than we are
I'm not denying.
financially and
No
in
fucking
life
shit.
and
He's worth
everything
like
else.
$200 billion.
Yeah. So before we criticize him, maybe he's doing something right. Maybe
He's not.
he's doing something right.
You know what he's doing right? Spying on our fucking personal data, like you just said.
Oh, that's true. Yep. Well, I'm
Aha.
not saying he's a good person, but he's not financially stupid.
Who do you?
I wish.
I think the whole TikTok.
Give me a
quote-
million.
What's that?
Give me a million.
Oh, yeah, give me $1 million right now.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Please.
I think if you ask me, the whole entire quote TikTok ban was all a clever ruse and rouse to, like I said, transfer the ownership from Meta to ByteDance and vice versa. I think that I think it's already gone. I think TikTok, the For You page, because what makes TikTok so valuable is their algorithm. You know better than anybody that their algorithm knows you so fucking well.
So sometimes their algorithm isn't correct. I don't want to.
You got some gay people on your For You page? How did that get there? What the fuck? Oh my god.
No, I go. I go on there and I press not interested.
And it shows up the next day. Like, what the fuck? I thought I just did. I was gonna do that.
Whenever there's kind of like ads like that, like whatever ads, like I'll go on there and be like, I'm not interested. I've reported ads before. I'm like, I don't want these ads on here. Report.
But you know what's crazy, right? Because the algorithm, right? It's supposed to be one of the most powerful algorithm.
Yeah.
TikTok once. I saw it on Twitter or X. Sorry.
She took my stuff. I know. No,
It's right
keep going.
behind you.
Sorry. Yeah, I gotta reach.
But I think I saw it on Twitter that TikTok was estimated to be they wanted like $200 billion or something like that.
Wait, TikTok once or was awarded or
They want. They think it's worth TikTok is worth that much
for TikTok. So
because
for the ownership of
specifically the-
TikTok, they want $200 billion.
something. I'm gonna search it up right now. But because how
They
powerful
might not be wrong.
how powerful their algorithm is, right?
Yeah, for the rights.
That's what I'm
of
trying to
algorithm,
say.
So then they can put it on Instagram and Facebook and all that. That makes sense.
I'm
mean,
trying to.
Personally, I wouldn't. Well, I guess you could make a quick 200 M's, but at the same point, you could just let it ride, and it could become a billion-dollar company. They put out TikTok, and then who knows? Maybe they come up with another app for another thing,
Yeah.
and then this other thing they do.
Yeah. So
It's a
it's
lot of
saying that
things.
TikTok is
lot of-
valued
a
to
lot
be
of
$100
things.
billion.
How much?
100 billion. B-O billion.
B with a B?
B as in gorilla and then billion. That all because of their algorithm. How well it knows you.
Can we just get a moment in silence?
For what?
How many?
What the
How
fuck?
many,
I'm over his house for one.
how many zeros is in a billion? We got what? Nine?
Nine.
Nine zeros?
Dude.
How many zeros do you have?
0.
Exactly. Exactly.
I have 0 zeros in my bank account. Dude.
Well,
Who do you think TikTok is going to be sold to? What do you think?
I don't think they're gonna be sold. I think they're gonna hold on to it.
You
Maybe
think they're going to
yeah.
withhold the ban?
Yeah, I think they're gonna hold on to They're gonna get rid of the ban. They're gonna keep it. They're gonna roll with it.
As in America, TikTok's going to be banned in America, and TikTok keeps 100% of their company. I don't think the entire company.
Is the whole point is we have to have majority ownership?
Yes, that's what Trump wants.
I
That's why I said 50-50% ownership of the company.
Well, they would have to have 51. Knowing Trump, he's gonna want 51%.
Just for that
Because
little.
then you have if you have
He wants
51, you have
majority
majority.
ownership,
Yeah.
yeah.
You need
I don't
majority
think-
in order to do whatever you want. Then
Because like I said, as of it was current recent news that Microsoft is in the front runner in talks to purchase TikTok, but I don't think it's going to Microsoft. I think it's
I don't-
already
I don't think
sold.
anybody's gonna get it.
I think it's already sold to Mark Zuckerberg and Meta. I think that is where it's going to
No,
go.
I don't think Zuckerberg's gonna get it.
What do you think? You think it's going to get banned?
No, I think they're gonna come with a compromise. They're gonna
I don't because like,
It's hard to say because I am not smart when it comes to that.
No shit.
This is you. You work at a fucking Chipotle.
And you work at an air conditioning. Oh, let me hover the air conditioning. Like, who the fuck cares? Man up.
Hey Marco, how's the pit stains right now?
Smell like peaches, bitch.
Exactly, because of heating and air conditioning, bitch.
Yeah, this fucking place is hot as shit. Fix the air conditioner. You don't even have an air conditioner with it.
It's in the kitchen. It's an apartment.
They took her jobs.
Anyway,
I think that does it. I mean, that was a good episode, man. I think I'm very curious. First of all, what do you guys think? What do you think TikTok is gonna get banned? What do you guys think that TikTok is
Yummy.
going to be happening? Do you think it's gonna get banned? Do you think it's gonna stay? Do you think what
I don't know.
companies?
I personally, I don't give a fuck about TikTok right now.
Whoa.
Eagles! Eagles, baby. They're coming.
Overrated.
They're coming. You don't even fucking watch the football.
I'm watching the commercials, man.
Yeah, you're there for the commercials.
And
you're there.
the halftime show.
No,
and
Marco.
Buffalo
Marco,
Wings.
you're there for the Popeyes. You're there for the Popeyes
No,
commercials.
that chicken. Yo, Popeyes, please. If you listen, please sponsor this podcast. I would love you so much, please. All right.
They're not-
Well,
they don't
that
care
is
about
gonna be the end of this episode. Troy, any closing thoughts? Closing. I'm fucking stupid. Closing.
Any closing thoughts?
Closing.
You know what my closing thoughts are?
What? Oh no.
Fuck the Chiefs. Eagles. Eagles. They're coming for their ass, baby.
We're
They're
sorry
coming for it.
Okay, you need to pipe down a little bit, buddy.
All right, sorry.
You need to pipe down.
We're gonna. So this is gonna be coming out the Wednesday before the Super Bowl.
Wednesday the 29th.
We're gonna film a podcast after the Super Bowl, and we're gonna reconvene.
So again,
either
final.
I'm gonna be really upset, or no, sorry, I should say this. Either I'm gonna be really happy, or I'm gonna be really drunk because I don't want to talk about the loss of the Eagles.
Either way, you're gonna be drunk.
Probably not. No,
I think
it's a weekday.
Oh, it's true.
Well,
You're gonna be
kind of.
sick the next day after work. Everyone's gonna be sick after work. I think that's what this should be. So real quick, before we
No.
end it, final score. Go.
Final score. All right. Final score. This is gonna be a little bit hot take. 38-28 Eagles win.
I'm gonna go.
I think they win by a field goal and a touchdown.
I'm gonna
I
go.
feel it.
I'm gonna stick to my 40-38 Chiefs win. I
I want you to go die in a hole.
I don't want the
hop
Chiefs
in
to
your
win.
basement and lock the door.
I believe in the NFL script. It is all written down already.
Here we go with the script.
If you guys end up enjoying this video or podcast, I should say.
Video, the fuck you mean? It's a podcast, you dumb dumb.
If you end up enjoying the episode
Gum
of
gum,
the
gum.
Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to wrap this up, man. If you guys end up enjoying, please subscribe. Follow us on our social media platforms or wherever you get your podcast. New episodes every Wednesday. Troy, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you guys for joining us.
One more thing.
What else do you have?
Go Birds.
Go Birds! Have a good night, everybody.